Hello and welcome to MrEcoBoy's Cydia theme installation guide. This guide will not only help you install themes from Cydia, it will also help you install anything with Cydia. So what is Cydia? Well, Cydia is the app store for jailbroken apps on iPhones and iPod touches. These apps are things that wouldn't be allowed into the Apple Store because they expose things on the iPod and iPhone that Apple don't want to be exposed. So, let's go and have a look at how we do it. So, you've just jailbroken your iPod, or you've got a jailbroken iPod, and you have Cydia. Cydia should be down in the bottom right. On mine, it is. It may be somewhere around here on yours, since you've just jailbroken your iPod. You won't have Winterboard or Logo Me or Font Swap if you've just installed or jailbroken your iPod. So, we've got Cydia. So, let's open Cydia, and the following screen will come up. I've changed some fonts on mine, so it may look slightly different on yours, but it should be essentially the same. Once it's finished loading the data, we're going to download Winterboard. So, I click on search down the bottom right. It may give me an error, but we're going to go to search anyway. And on the search page, we need to ignore that error. You probably won't get that. Wait for it to reload the data. The more apps you have on here, the longer it'll take to reload, but it shouldn't take too long. Okay, so you need to go to and click on the search bar. Then you search for Winterboard. Oh, I spelled it wrong. And again. I'm hopeless. And now it has frozen. So I'm going to try again. Sometimes it does freeze, but then that's because jailbreaking exposes some stuff on your iPod or iPhone, which means that other stuff can be done. So, Winterboard. It's right there. Let's click on it. And it will come up here. Now, mine says modify up the top right, but yours will say install. So you want to click that install button. I'm not going to reinstall it. And just click confirm when it changes and let it install. And then when it's done, it will have a button saying return to Cydia. And then you'll go back to this page. Okay, once you've done that, go and click on search. And we're going to download our first theme. So, for this, I'm going to use the theme I made. Search for yellow hex, like so, and it will come up there. So click on that, and it will load the information. We just have to wait for a few seconds. As you can see, the install button is up here, and it tells you the author and the version info. You can tell by the icon usually what type of file it is. Okay. Now, when it's done loading, it should show some more than this, but today it's not going to load. So anyway, go to install up top right, and it will come up with this confirmation screen, and you press confirm, and it will go through the Debian packager. And then it will reload. just like to take this moment to explain that all packages and stuff on Cydia is hosted in a repository. That's like a big folder for files. And if you want to install another one, then you have to add it manually on the Manage button down the bottom, and click on Sources, and then Edit, and then Add. But that's not what we're here for today. So once you've done that, press the home screen button, and it'll bring up your home screen. Then we're going to open the newly installed thing, Winterboard. Click. Okay, I've got loads of themes installed already, but we're going to go and find my yellow hex thing, which should be right at the top. It should be the only thing you've got in there, apart from maybe the Sauric theme, but that comes with Cydia. When you found yellow hex, mine is right here. You click on it, and a little tick will come up right beside it, like that. And then press the home button, and it will come off, and it will do something called respringing. I don't. If you didn't know, then the menu screen for the iPod is actually called the springboard, and that includes the lock screen as well. It's all called the springboard. And what Winterboard does is once you've chosen a theme, it resprings the springboard, which means that it refreshes everything and should come up nicely with the theme. Now I've got a widget installed as well, so mine will do different stuff. And now if we turn our iPod back on again, or iPhone, depending on what you've got, then it'll come up with the lock screen. Now I've got that widget, that does not come with the theme. The theme has a nice background, but what I've done is I've changed the slider and the text. It says yellow hex rather than slide to unlock. And if we slide that, it'll come up with this, and I've changed the status bar up the top. All the icons, well, most of them are different. The dock is different, and that's my theme. There are other cool themes you can do. For example, if we go back into Winterboard, you can make so many different combinations of stuff. So if I disable yellow hex, then I can go and I can enable the white font for something. So there's loads of stuff you can do. White SB font. What that does is that changes my Springboard's font. That's what SB stands for, Springboard font, to white text instead of anything else, which means that it's easier to read. I'm going to enable scanning loader. I'll have the clear status bar, if I can find it. Clear status bar. And I think Windows 7 would be quite nice. So then press the home button, and it comes off and resprings. So now let's have a look at Windows 7. And we've got the lovely clock, which comes from HTC, and we've got the slider, which is now a Windows button, and it says Windows 7. So let's slide that. And all the icons are really nice, and the dock, and all the icons, as I've just said. And you can see the little bubbles above all the apps have changed to black. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching. I don't know if you knew, but there's an app on the App Store where you can do this. Bye bye.